From your perspective, Coach, I know one of the interesting things as we were getting ready to have you on the set was knowing what your team was doing away from Boulder, going overseas, 10 extra practices for you guys, which I'm sure was a big reason we may see some development this upcoming season. Take me through what this offseason has been like for you.
It's been busy. I mean, this summer was a busy summer for me and for our team, and the trip to Italy was great. I mean, what an experience for these guys and for our team. Obviously, as a coach, you appreciate the 10 days of practice, but to go to that country and experience what we experienced and have these guys, eat good food and play competition. And one day we went on a bike tour, a winery tour, and played a game that night. I told them that's the only time in their career that'll ever happen, but it happened this summer. It was a lot of fun.
Like the winery tour.
Yeah.
I know you guys always look ahead, Tad, but I want to back up because I think the point for you is this. You win 19 games last year, and that's a disappointment because you've gotten the program to where it's expected that you get to the NCAA tournament. You recruit now at a level where you get players where you should be in the tournament. So talk about how, I guess, disappointing it is, but on the flip side, how great it is that you can go 19-15, and that's a disappointing season now at Colorado.
Yeah, and I think that does speak to what the players have done before these guys. You played at UCLA, you know the expectations that go with that program, and we're trying to get Colorado to a point where we are an NCAA tournament team year in and year out. We've got the talent. Last year we had the talent. We didn't get it done. And that's just the way it went. Now this year we got the talent. Totally different team though. We go from a veteran-laden team to really a very, very young team. We've got again 4 seniors, 3 of them that play heavy minutes that we're going to be counting on a lot.
Coach, a little bit of a slow start to league play, 0-7. I think all of us were surprised about how the Pac-12 play started for you guys, but then you closed strong, 8-3. What do you point to, because as maybe the turning point to the success you guys had doing the little things. I mean, that was part of it was the schedule. I mean, starting I think we were first few were on the road and 4 were on the road. So part of it was the schedule, but the other part was just doing the little things. The way we lost some of those games were 1-possession games, and you can point to one thing or another that cost you those games. But we started doing the little things and the things that made a difference between winning and losing. It's a fine line. There's no doubt.
You and I were talking in the hallway earlier about how you have 9 new players and that how refreshing that is as a coach because you get to teach and it's kind of a turn the page. It wasn't a season you wanted last year. Talk about that and how excited you are to coach all these new players.
Really excited. We've got a tremendous freshman class. I think the best we've ever had at Colorado, certainly since I've been there. And we'll see how it transpires and develops. But the future's now. I mean, we got to get it done this year. And again, we're going to rely on these seniors to help lead these freshmen. It's kind of a barbell team. I mean, very senior laden, and then freshmen, we got 1 junior and 2 sophomores. So we're going to rely on some of these freshmen. They have to step up and they have to learn quick.
Coach, what does that mean for rotations, knowing from a year ago you were throwing out different lineups, some of it injuries, obviously guys getting banged up in and out of that lineup, but this season knowing that it's younger guys maybe trying to kind of battle that competition to get some PT?
Our practices are very competitive, there's no doubt. I told our team the other day, even with the 3 seniors, with Dom and George and Tori, I said, there's nobody's got a starting lineup locked up. I don't want them to feel that right now. I want them to be on edge, and we have to play with an edge. We have to get our edge back. Last year's team didn't have that edge. It was more of an entitlement type. Hey, we're seniors. We're supposed to go to the end. So nothing's given to you in this game, and so we have to go earn it. We have to get that edge back. And
have any of the freshmen come in with that like competitive spirit and leadership and like the toughness and things that you're looking for?
Absolutely. We got a point guard named McKinley Wright who you're going to hear a lot about. You don't know a lot about him now, but by the end of the season, certainly even I think in the middle of the season, you're going to be talking about him a lot on this show. So he's got that edge to him. He's got a competitiveness about him and leadership qualities.
How important is that in that spot, at that point guard spot? Because once again, we're talking about rotations from a year ago. It seemed like at times during the season you were like, hey, who can be that guy that carried the torch there?
Yeah, he can. I mean, I always put the onus on the seniors on any team that I coach. I mean, that's where it starts, but that's not where it ends. And those seniors can't do it all by themselves. They're going to need some of these young guys to step. Guys like McKinley Wright, Tyler Bay, Deshaun Schwartz. We got a good class.
I heard that Tyler Bay is kind of like Andre Robertson, who played at Colorado.
Very much, very similar. Very athletic, long, rebounds his position very well. Defends, can block shots. He's got a lot of similarities to Andre. That's a lot to put on a kid right now, but he's got that potential.
Coach, we started this segment with you, and you mentioned the travel, mentioned a pretty special day with your team in Italy, a little bike tour, a little wine tasting.
Wait, where is it? That's not in Italy.
This is not Italy. What's going on here with you on this camel?
That's at the pyramids there in Cairo, Egypt, with the U19 team with USA Basketball, and it was quite an experience.
Did you want to get on the camel, or they kind of forced you to get on the camel?
They didn't force us, no. But when Coach Calipari said, "I'm getting on," I'm like, "I'm not going to let him get on." I'm not going to.
That's right.
And I'm not sure if Danny got on or not. I don't remember if he did or not. He might have just.
Was it unsettling being on top of a camel?
Very unsettling, and especially when they stand up. They sit down, you get on them, and then they stand up.
Oh boy!
And boy, so it's like hydraulics. Thank God they didn't buck. I would have gone off quickly.
So do you walk with it? Do you walk far, or or you just sit
quite
on
frankly, that was just a photo op.
Oh, well.
I like that. Hydraulics back down. Let me down. Let me down. So
exactly.
What we didn't capture is maybe the fear of God that you.
Fear of God.
It wasn't actually on your face, which is certainly a whim. Coach, thanks for stopping by with us.
Thanks, Ted.
Good to be with you guys.
All right, Coach was talking.